Hi guys, in this video we are going to take a look at using additive rule for a pair of dice question. So here we have event A is this the sum of the dice is 6 and B that the dice show the same number. And we want to use additive rule for this kind of question. So first it's asking us what's the probability of A? Now notice on the picture, we are assuming that the dice are distinguishable so that we have different colors, red and green. So for example, getting red number 1 and getting green number 2 is not the same thing as 2 on red and 1 on green, right? So we have a total of 36 outcomes. So we should know that, 36 outcomes. And then out of that number, if they say, what's the probability of A? That means what's the chance that the sum is a 6? So what you want to do is look at the sum and see if you can come up with the possibility so that when you add them up, you get a 6. So for example, for the first row, 1 and 1, well, that's a 2, that's not a 6. 1 and 2, that's a 3, and so on. But when you get to 1 and 5, that's a 6. So there is the first one right there. What else can be a 6? So 4 and 2, or 2 and 4, right? So both of these add up to a 6. Also 5 and 1. And then finally 3 and 3, right? So all of these are, the sum is a 6, and that's it. So let's count how many we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Okay, so probability of A would be 5 divided by 36. Now, theoretically, you're supposed to reduce it. I don't think 5 over 36 is reducible, but you could always check that if you open Desmos calculator. Let me just make this larger so I can open it in a sidebar. The way you do it is you just divide 5 by 36 here, but then click on the little fraction button and it gives you the same answer. So that's still 5 over 36, which means it's not reducible. Okay, so then let's take a look at probability of B. B means the dice show the same number. So how could that happen? So the dice show the same number. That would be, let me choose a different color here. So that would be like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Okay, so how many outcomes are like that? Well, that would be 6. Now this can actually be reduced. So if I divide 6 by 36, you will see that that's reducible. Okay, so let me just show you real quick over here. So if I do 6 divided by 36 and I press on it, it's actually 1/6. So that will go over here. Now, let's take a look at this one. This is saying A and B. So anytime you see that and, what that means is both at the same time. Anytime in probability, what is and? Both at the same time. What that means is it has to be that the sum of the dice is a 6, and at the same time, the dice should show the same number. So basically what you want to look at is where do they overlap, okay? If you look at the picture that I have, like these blue circled possibilities and the orange circle possibilities, was there anything that overlapped? And the answer is yes, right here in the middle, okay? And there's only one like that. That's only 3, 3. That's it. So that's just going to be 1 divided by 36. Finally, for the last one, you just want to add them up, the first two, and subtract the intersection. That's just the additive rule. So that's just pure additive rule. So I take 5 over 36, add 1/6, and subtract 1 over 36. Okay, so that'll give me 5 over 18 if I reduce that. So let's check and see if that's right.